You've been the cool one, the calm one, the one who didn't ask for much, the one who always forgave. You've been the seductor, the therapist, the emotional punch bag. You've played the role so well. They forgot there was a person underneath, and maybe so did you. Because here's the truth. You've spent so long adjusting to who they needed that you've never actually met the version of you who doesn't need to perform at all. So let's have a look at the psychological breakdown. When we grow up in environments where love is conditional, we learn to shapeshift. We become whoever gets approval, whoever keeps the peace, whoever makes others feel comfortable. So we don't ask, what do I want? How do I feel? What's true for me? Instead, we ask, what version of me will be accepted here? What will keep them close? Who do I have to be so they don't leave? That's not authenticity. That's emotional survival. And now, you've become so fluent in performance, you don't know how to hear your own voice anymore. You're a bit like a radio, constantly tuned into other people's frequencies, but your own station's been on mute for years. You pick up everyone else's signals, their moods, their needs, and their preferences. You broadcast what they want to hear, always adjusting the volume, always making sure the reception is perfect. But your own music? Never heard, never played, never even tested. It's time to turn the dial back to you, because the real you hasn't been lost. You've just been waiting for the noise to stop. So let's look at why the real you never got to speak. You were too busy protecting relationships to protect yourself. You silenced your gut because listening to it might have meant walking away. You softened your truth because telling it might have ended things. And you sacrificed your identity so someone else could feel more secure. That's not love, that's self-abandonment. And here's the part no one tells you. Even if they loved the version of you that's adjusted for them, they never really loved you. Because the real you never got the mic. So let's look at 5 solutions of how the real you can speak at last. Firstly, get quiet enough to hear what you actually think. You've absorbed so many voices, you've mistaken them for your own. And ask yourself, what do I believe outside of what they have taught me? If no one else's opinion mattered, what would I choose? Where have I been saying yes just to be loved, where I should have said no? Write it, speak it, don't filter it, even if it sounds unfamiliar. That's the point. The first step is the hardest. You're meeting yourself again. Then, revisit the moments you've shrunk and ask yourself why. Think back. When did I laugh instead of speak up? When did you stay silent to avoid being too much? And when did you betray your truth for the sake of harmony? Write down those moments, not to shame yourself, but to wake up. Because the version of you who stayed quiet deserves to be heard now. Next, create a no-filter space where you don't perform. All you need is a room with no audience, no performance, no pleasing. Create one. A journal, a voice memo, a trusted friend who doesn't need you to be polished. Practice saying the one thing before you write it. The rage, the confusion, the truth. Let the raw voice rise. That's the real you knocking. Then say the thing you've always wanted to say out loud. That one sentence, the one you swallowed, the one that felt too bold, too rude, or too real. Go on, say it out loud, even just yourself. Because the real you doesn't need to be palatable. You need to be free. And finally, choose environments that don't require editing yourself. This is the final shift. You don't just have to find yourself by thinking. You find yourself by observing who you became around certain people. Start noticing who drains you, who silences you, who makes you shrink. Now, choose rooms where your truth doesn't feel like a risk. choose relationships where your too much is met with celebration, not correction. You will find your voice when you stop spending time around people who require your silence. And in my closing comments, here's the truth. The real you didn't disappear. You were drowned out by expectations, by survival, by the need to belong. But that version of you, the one with your own rhythm, your own fire, your own truth, is still here. And you're not fragile, you're not crazy, and you're not too much. You've just been quiet, waiting, watching, ready to speak. So let this be the moment. Turn the volume up, burn the old script, and give the mic back to the one who was never allowed to hold it. Because the strongest version of you isn't the one who was liked by everyone. It's the one who finally tells the truth, even if no one claps, even if someone walks, even if your voice shakes, and even if you're alone. Speak anyway, because now you're not performing, you're becoming.